And welcome back to Let's Play Dark Sun, Wake of the Ravager. When we last left off, we had pretty much more or less accomplished what we had done in part 15, but instead of reading some books, we messed around with some alchemical concoctions to obtain some potions that I'll probably never use, either because I'll just end up hoarding them because they're unique sprites, or I'll just end up forgetting about them. And also, I do want to apologize to anybody who has been following this Let's Play when it was ongoing. Because, well, I was planning to record and upload this video just after uploading the 20th part of my Ratchet & Clank Let's Play, but I ended up getting a little bit frustrated because I kept up messing up with what I wanted to say and reading, which is kind of typical of me, really. And not only that, I also had gotten sick because of my older brother, and I was coughing quite a bit, and that wouldn't have been really good, because, well, that would have been annoying to hear me, oh, excuse me, I got a cough every so often, and hell, I probably could have ended up muting my mic for the longest time, and you'd probably hear me coughing every now and again, but then again, I would have recorded it if I caught on to that. Probably because, well, either I'd review it, or it's because the fact is someone wouldn't tell me in the comments. But anyways, let's continue on and talk to some more people, such as Sylvain here. Hello, you must be Atticus, the new recruit, the one who was with Bakula when she died? Yes, I only wish I could have known her. She was a wonderful child, though too much like Milla, I'm afraid. Always running off without thinking what she's getting into. Now then, what can I do for you? Who are you? Why, I am Sylvain, the healer, of course. I thought everybody knew me. Leastways, everybody comes to me sooner or later when they're hurt. What are you doing? I'm mixing up a few tinctures and storing herbs for a time they are needed. Tell me about your healing arts. I am a druid of the sphere of water, so I am well versed in the mysteries of life. After all, water is life. I am aided in my duties as well by the magnificent properties of the healing font. What is the source of the font's healing? It is not the font which is magical, but the water. It is capable of completely healing a body's ills, though you need to be careful not to deplete its reservoirs. Its reservoir. Pfft. It takes several days for it to refill. And yeah, the font that she's talking about is right over there. And of course, yeah, if you use it a couple times, you'll have to wait a couple days in game before you can use it again. Though, hopefully I won't need to use it. And, of course, there's Milla, but I'd rather just ignore her for now, as I want to head all the way up here slowly, and let's just turn some music on, because that's kind of annoying. And, of course, there's Matthias, and also some chests that I want to loot, and there's also a book, which I am not going to mess with. And why? Well, you'll see soon enough when I get to that. Alright, now, let's see, in this chest, oh, wow. Well then, let's see, we got 1,000 coins, a gem that's worth that much, got a gem, and an obsidian great axe. Alright, now let's just go ahead and drop that, and put these in here. Yeah, just there. Give that to Halton, and of course, I also want to drop this bust because, well, pick it up. Don't need it. Now, the contents of that chest was something interesting. Was that chest that I opened up? I believe the contents are indeed randomized because, well, I tried recording this video just not too long ago, and I kind of screwed up. I was just like, screw this. I'll just scrap it and try again. But yeah, like that was different because I originally found a bone mace and a large green gem worth 2,500 ceramics. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk to Matthias, who is level 18, which we're never going to achieve, and he also has a +2 quarterstaff from what we can see. Atticus, come in and make yourself comfortable. Was there something I can do for you? And yeah, we're just going to go through all this one by one, like top to bottom. I want to ask your advice. Of course, the role of leader is primarily one of advising. What do you want to ask? Why would the Draxons come to Tyr? For the same reasons the bandits come. They feel they can get away with their crimes, since Tyr no longer has its sorcerer king. Yeah, I probably am messing up the voice, because I can't remember the voice that I gave even a while ago, so yeah, it's probably different. So sorry. I am, however, suspicious as to why the dragon would come to Tyr. It offers nothing it offers nothing the dragon could not take from its home in Urdraxa. Knowing that motive could be crucial to preventing its coming. What do you think the dragon's motive is? I can only guess at this point, and guessing about your enemy is a dangerous game. It would not surprise me, though, if the dragon is the least of our worries. What could be worse than a dragon? The ambition of vicious men. They would play with the destruction of Athos itself to satisfy their hunger. Which is kind of, yeah. What would you know about Urdraxa? Urdraxa is a dreadful city in the middle of the Sea of Silt. Nothing but evil tales have ever come out of it. Now it seems that evil has decided to spawn more than just stories. How can I help to stop Urdraxa? Right now, I need some more information on the Draxans. Elika can put you in contact with our spies in Tyr. Her office is just to the west of the entry hall. What is the Veiled Alliance all about? Blah. We, like most cells of the Veil, doing our best to protect preservers and help Athos survive the ravages of defilers. Each chapter of the Veil works independently towards those goals. How independent are the chapters? The name is the only thing shared between the chapters in each city. We each pursue our goals in our own time and with our methods. Isn't that a bit inefficient? Perhaps, but it is much safer. Since I have no contact with any cells apart from the ones in Tyr, I could not betray them were I captured. Smart. And remember, there is magics that can do that sort of thing. How have things changed since Calic died? Very little. True, we do not suffer persecution from the Templars as much, but the information you'd found in their offices just proves the respite will be short-lived. And, of course, the dangers faced by the preservers are not limited to Templars. Yeah, that is true. The headquarters is a strange building. Tyr, you may know, was built atop an even more ancient city, which this building was a part of. It was called a bathhouse, if you can believe it. The sunken areas were once filled with water that people used to soak in. Yeah, you could guess that with the architecture, with the floor tiling, and heck, the place where we found Milla was probably the main part of the bathhouse. Because, yeah, it had the drains and whatnot. What is the history of Tyr's chapter? The Veiled Alliance chapter in Tyr was founded some 500 years ago and led by a mage of legendary power for 3 centuries. Probably an elf, because, well, elves live pretty long, and dwarves can't become preservers, so, yeah, if I'm remembering that correctly, that is. If you are interested, there is a book in the archives east of my room which tells the full story, which I believe we had already went over, so, yeah, I'm good. I'm curious about you, Matthias. I am a simple man, having lived long enough to realize life's best pleasures are the small ones, a drink of cool water and a friend to talk with. What more could you ask? Good point. Considering the state of Athos and how it's such a wasteland, yeah. Do you have ambitions for the Veil? Survival is the primary goal of us all, and it is difficult enough to achieve. Making that struggle so much more bearable is what I want to achieve. What about ridding Athos of evil? Going out to look for trouble is more Ramilla's style. My experience has taught me that evil seeks the path of greatest resistance. If you are meant to do battle against evil, it will find you soon enough. Yeah, pretty much, because especially with some of the things with the plot, yeah, and some of the side quests especially, yeah, you have to deal with that. And how many times can you say, yeah, NorthernStarDragon? Anyways, you must have more interests than that. There are my studies, of course. That massive tome in my room is the culmination of my life's work. What do you study? History is a great passion of mine, particularly magical practices and influences. It's remarkable how turning points in history coincide with the advent or re-emergence of a particular magic. What exactly is that tome of yours? Beware of that tome. It is capable of causing great harm to anyone not properly trained. Apart from containing the results of my studies, the book contains magic of many kinds. Use it at your risk. Its contents produce many unwanted effects. Yeah, that's why I'm not going to really mess with that book, because there is a lot of effects. There's not a lot. There's quite a few effects that I'm just going to go over in the next video, because, well, I could deal with it now, but I'd rather just, I'd rather get this video started, and I don't want to dick around with it. Tell me about the other Veil members. The Veiled Headquarters here has many of the finest members. Milla, Sylvain, Aleka, Nandi, and many others. All are most reliable. Tell me about Milla. Milla is second in command here, and one of our more, shall I say, active members. In view of our philosophical differences, it would be unfair to say more. You'd be better off talking to her yourself. What do you mean by active? I think I have an idea. Yeah. Milla prefers the direct approach to solving our problems with the Templars, or anything else for that matter. As she says, if there were no Templars, we would have no problems. Yeah, let's see. Everyone has their own opinion. Nah, that's something that sounds reasoning. That seems like sound reasoning to me. That's probably something like Halton would say. Well, killing is not the answer. And, well, the reason for that is if you start killing more guys, they're going to probably notice, and they're probably going to come down on your heads when they eventually find you in great force. I'm glad to hear you say so, though I expect no less after your skillful work in the Templar's offices. Too often our new members fail to realize our purpose is one of preservation, not destruction. I'd like to hear about Sylvain. Sylvain is our healer. Unfortunately, she is kept all too busy, and I worried that even her exceptional talents will be overtaxed. Rare is the time that you will not find her in the sick room. Why is Sylvain always busy? 'Cause she's in the sick room, healing the sick. This is a dangerous operation that you've involved yourself in. I would have thought your foray into the Templar's offices would have taught you that. Yeah! What is exceptional about her talents? That, I'm sure, is for her to say. Clerical magic is not my strong point. All I know is that she has done something with the font in the sick room to give its water restorative properties. Magic! For the win! Where is the sick room, which we already know? We've just been there! Take the corridor south, past the entrance hall, and the sick room is the second door to the west. What can you tell me about Nandi? Sorry if I'm butchering his name. It's freaking hard. Like, some fantasy names are ridiculous. Nandi is a special case here. He's more of a permanent guest than an actual member of the Veil. Why do you say he isn't an actual member? Nandi pursues his own agenda, which happens to parallel the Veil's. Still, he is his own world. He is in his own world and pays little heed to outside realities. What is Nandi's agenda? Nandi is a purist, seeking knowledge for its own sake. He's as likely to touch off something destructive as he is something helpful. Well, that is kind of a given when you're doing research, because you never know what you'll find. For better or for worse. What makes Nandi special? Nandi has a knack for discovering the magical properties of things, completely unorthodox. He works more on intuition and impulse than logic and research. So that's sort of like, I guess that you could say that's like how wizards and sorcerers are in most other settings, or like psionics or psionicists and wilders. And the difference between a psionicist is that they're more logic based, and wilders, they get their powers more from their emotional, their more emotional side of things. Anyways, moving on. Whatever his methods, though, he has helped the Veiled in untold ways. But anyways, that's what I said there was just like baseline between wilders and psionicists. I don't know, probably butchered it, but yeah. How has Nandi helped the Veil? There was one time when Milla came in with a large diamond. We planned to sell it to a merchant, but when Nandi touched it, he quietly told us to cook our food with it in the pots. We laughed, but we did as he said. It wasn't until after a traitor tried to poison us that the diamond's true worth was revealed. It neutralized any poison it contacted. Frickin' nice. Frickin' must have cast an identify spell on it. What does Nandi do here? He researches various magics, especially those dealing with the elemental spells and enchantments. He seems to have a natural affinity for such things, so I'm guessing he's like that guy that we found in Shattered Lands who would tell us the properties of the magic items you had found, I guess? Will you tell me about Elika? Elika is my right hand, and my left hand for that matter. Without her, I would have no time for my studies, or the many errands I perform to ensure the Veil's safety and preparedness. What is Divulgence? The Veiled Alliance is a secret organization, not because Defilers wield such great power, but because the very people we seek to help will strike out against any form of magic. The supporters of Divulgence think the secrecy should end. Milla says people are ripe for change. Indeed, she has a point. You must remember, though, Tyr is in a unique situation with its Sorcerer King dead. People enjoy greater freedom than anything else, but that doesn't mean they are more open-minded. Are you afraid the people will turn on you? People turned on magic users long before the Veiled Alliance was formed. No, that is not what I fear. What troubles me is that Divulgence may divert Tyr's energy away from establishing its own government, free from the tyranny of a Sorcerer King. Isn't ignorance the cause of their fear? There is an argument Milla throws about, saying we should teach them the difference between good and harmful magic, but that would be a mistake. The people are better off keeping their fear. Won't Divulgence bring the Veil support? Of course it will, but Defilers know where we... If Defilers know where we are, and what we are doing, a condition implicit with Divulgence, how long will there be something to support? And yeah, that's all he's got to say. And now I think it's time that I go ahead and talk to Milla, and oh dear. Jeez, we're freaking... This is so long. Music off, music on. This bit of music is kind of fitting for this place, I guess, because while it's underground. Too bad that it's kind of sad that the music doesn't have actual, like, set pieces. Well, with this version anyways. Probably on the CD. Oh, what the hell? Why am I doing that? I don't need to do that. Hey, Milla! Hey! She's level 12, and hey, would you like to trade a +1 sword for that +2 sword? Good deal. Alright, Atticus. We've had us a deadly situation here with the Draxons, but I still don't know how you do in combat. What we need is for someone to crush those Draxons, and quick! Isn't there a more subtle way to do this? Maybe, but we don't have time to find it. Who knows how close the Draxons are to completing their plans? Shouldn't we ask Matthias about this? Matthias thinks he can solve all problems by just thinking at them hard enough. Now maybe that works, and Matthias has certainly served the Veil Alliance, or served the Alliance well for years, but these Draxons are too dangerous to take a chance with. We need to stop them. Stop them dead! Just point me at them, you'll see me fight. Yeah, you have to say this in order to continue on. With an attitude like that, those Draxons won't last long in our town. First I want to talk to you about a few things. Absolutely, what do you want to talk about? Tell me about yourself, Milla. No point in talking about me. The past is the past. All that matters about the present is what we do with it. What do you know about Matthias? He is a wise man with a good heart. That's enough for me. But you and he disagree on so much. We have philosophical differences. What do you want to bring about Divulgence? We are not strong enough to stand alone in the shadows. All these years, Preservers have fought, but with little to show for their efforts. Something must be done to turn the tide. Do you know where the Draxons are? The Ziggurat. Why do you think they're in the pyramid? It's the only place big enough and deserted enough to conceal them, And where else would the dragon want his sanctum? If the Draxons aren't in the pyramid, we're in more trouble than I care to consider. How can I get inside the... What do you want me to do? Like I said, we can't wait around for the Draxons to make their play. Take the fight straight to them and make them think twice about being in tier. Do you have any advice? Sure, watch your step. If the Draxons are preparing a sanctum for their dragon, you can bet they're laying traps and wards to protect it. How can I get into the pyramid? The obvious entrances have long been sealed off. Elika can get you in touch with Tassarla, our agent in the Shadow Square. She may be able to help you. But enough talk. It's time we got to work. Good luck to you, Atticus. Yeah, that's why I just kind of cut short with Elika. Because, well, we need to go and... Yeah, just thought I'd do that because, well, more info. If I forget any other people, I'll make sure to do so before going to the pyramid. And, of course, I do need to visit the Jan at some point. Hello, Atticus. How are you getting along? Romilla says I should go to the pyramid. To the pyramid? Isn't that a bit dangerous? Well, there are two people in tier that you should know. Arslan, whom you've already met, and Tassarla, who has run missions against the Templars for us. Tell me about Tassarla. Tassarla poses as a merchant in the Shadow Square, where she gathers a great deal of information for us. She will know you are with the Veiled Alliance if you ask to buy a jaguar cage. Okay, it's time I was leaving. Goodbye, Atticus. I hope to see you again soon. Yeah, you too. Okay, now let's find... Oh, wait, I think I talked to Nandi, but anyways... Yeah, I definitely think I will go ahead and, like, talk to Arslan, and... Oh, yeah, like, there's another example of the bath being a bath. Or this place being a bathhouse. Okay, yeah, we're good, so we don't need anything. And, well, let's get the hell out of here! Freedom from this place! No more talking! The stairs lead up to the bathhouse in tier. Do you climb the stairs? Yes. Got anything to say?
Again, they stumble blindly into a place they should not dare to enter. This time, of course, they shall not come out again.
Oh, yeah? Frickin' I'll prove you wrong, bucko! Alright. Tassarla. Now, I think... Let's see. Oh, jeez. Look at this version. I believe... Now, are you Tassarla? Good day to you, sir. Are you interested in buying anything? I would like to buy a jaguar cage. A rare item indeed. Almost as rare as another member of the Veiled Alliance. How is it that I can help you? Can you help me get into the pyramid? Not directly, but there's a Templar named Kovar, who was one of Kalec's favorites, and who undoubtedly knows how to get into the pyramid. Who is this Templar? His name is Kovar. What? He was one of Kalec's warlords in charge of the city's defenses. He was fanatically loyal to Kalec and is none too happy about the new order of things. Templar isn't going to help me. No, of course not. Though they've acted pretty strange since they've lost their magic. Like cornered rats, they're very unpredictable. They are, however, better ways than pleading for help. So just how do I get him to help? Why, you help him, of course. You're the loyal Tyrian citizen there to run down some magic users hiding in the pyramid. He'll buy it, I promise, especially if you show him these, proof of your citizenship. Kovar's house is east of the market. Citizenship, isn't everyone free in tier now? Free, yes. As a citizen, no. You'll find that freedom from slavery and Kalec's tyranny does not make everyone equal. The Templars especially grasp at any class distinction they can in order to hold on to their status. Where do I find this Templar? He lives in the townhouse on the east side of the Shadow Square. I haven't seen him for a few weeks, which is very strange, but I'm sure his servant would know where he is. Do you know what happened to the Templar? You know, people say crazy things, but a woman I know said she saw him being carried down an alley by a giant man of obsidian himself. Obsidian. Myself? I think he got a more secure offering of employment than Templar to a dead king. Haven't you heard any rumors recently? The Templars have put the hush on the fracas in their offices. They have little desire for anyone to know about how vulnerable they are without their magic. You did a good job on that one. And let's see what you got, anyways. And, well, yeah, there we go. We got the citizenship there. And, let's see, where is that? You know what? Oh, wait, no, crap, I don't want to sell to her. Don't forget me if you ever need something. Goodbye. I think she had +1 arrows, but I can just get +2 arrows. Ah, balls. Didn't mean to click on that. Oops. Alright, step 4. Should really do that more often because, well, it's kind of just like it's so silent and there's nothing to listen to. You know what? Let's go ahead and talk to Arslan, shall we? Okay, now when we get to Kovar, I'm probably gonna have to save before talking to him because I do not remember talking to him much. Hello, Atticus. It's good to see you again. What do you know about the pyramid? Evil place, that pyramid. It's where Kalak practiced his black arts and where the monster died. What's going on in the pyramid now? Nothing. It's been deserted since the Sorcerer King was killed. Folks, though, they say the pyramid focuses all the town's fears. And just walking past it gives you the frights. Have you ever been inside the pyramid? No, and I can't say I ever want to be. Be better if the place was torn down, but I don't think there is enough people willing to get that close to the pyramid. Too many folks disappear after they go in. Milla said I should go to the pyramid. Have you talked to Tarsla? Milla usually uses her as a contact point in the city. In the city. Yeah, if you don't know where she is, like, you can just, like, talk to Arslan, but I sort of sequence broke that. Yes, I've talked to Tarsla. Good. She will know how to get into the pyramid better than me. And you know what? Let's see if we can get him to tell him about himself since we've gotten them since we're now kind of veiled members, he's more willing to tell us. I think he hadn't told us about this before, but I'll read it again just in case. I used to be a gladiator till Matthias showed me how the deaths in the arena were being used to power evil. I'm not working the streets for the Veiled Alliance. I do a little mining. Oh, when I'm not working the streets for the Veiled Alliance, I do a little mining. Do you know where I can find Kovar? He's got a house across the street. I haven't seen him there for some time. Haven't seen him anywhere, for that matter. And I say Tyr's better off without him. Why is Tyr better off with Kovar? Kovar was one who believed that trash about slaves deserving their fate. That Kalak's tyranny and murdering ways were actually for the people's own good. Ha! There's a Templar who should have died along with Kalak. Thing is, he probably wishes he had. And have you heard rumors about the Draxons? Matter of fact, I have. It seems some of the merchant nobles were rooted out of their beds and asked about any dealings they may have with the Verni. They were none too gentle about it either. I think I've read that. It's time I got going. Goodbye. Right, I'll talk to you later, Atticus. Good luck to you, Atticus. But how many times can you say your name? Or say my name? Say my name! Say my name! I don't know. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's Kovar's place, I believe. So, yeah, right now I shouldn't be dealing with it because, well, I'm nearly up to the 30-minute mark of the video. You know what? Let's just go ahead and just do a little bit of selling. And just get some of this stuff out of our inventory so we don't have to worry about it. Notaku! There you are, buddy! And show me your goods! Well, let's see, probably would want to buy all your stuff just because, at some point. And let's see, sell that for 500, and also sell that gem. Alright, there we go. Well, it's nice talking to you. Goodbye. Alright, well, I'll just go ahead, park it in front of Kovar's house, or I believe that's his house, and we shall deal with that in the next video. But before I end it off, I'd just like to say to any Canadian viewers that are watching this video, because, well, today is Canadian Thanksgiving, so I hope you have a happy Turkey Day. And anyways, that shall be it for me. I've been the NorthernStarDragon, and I shall see you in the next video.